Welcome, one and all, to the Hollywood Fixers. I'm Kudzai here with a very angry...
I'm not angry, it's Jack. Yeah, no, I'm not angry. I'm not angry. Again, I like this show. I'm just angry in general. I'm angry all the time.
No, we came off the bat of a massive rant that he was kind of going off of. If he doesn't keep this in, he went off on a massive rant. That's
don't you
just
dare. Continue.
But today we're going to be talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which finally came out today.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like come off the bat of WandaVision, which, I mean, on average, it was actually kind of cool, but then the ending kind of just felt meh.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree though.
You agree, but
I was going to make an argument, but I was like, yeah, no. I really like WandaVision. I was really into it. Did
you like the ending? Though?
I think a couple things killed that ending. I think one, if you watch it as a whole, I think if it makes sense that's where that ends.
Yeah.
I just think as I watched it week by week, all of the fan theories and a lot of the actors were like, "Oh, there's this big cameo," and then it just kind of was like, "Well, it's not going to be that," and everyone kind of just went way too big in what it was going to be, and so naturally you were all disappointed. But I have rewatched it and it's fine. I don't know. The show kind of bugged me in the sense that initially I was like, this is something new to the MCU, and I was like, that's cool. I like new stuff. And then by the end of it, it was like, okay, cool, I guess. Like the Vision fight I really liked the Vision fight, and I think most of the episode was good. It was just, I don't know, everything just kind of was like, well, we got to end this now, so.
Also, it was really weird, like, Evan Peters.
That don't even. I don't get, I
get
weird. Why they did it. I just think it was kind of pointless. Like, unless, it's fine. It was.
You kind of, I mean, as much as I love the dude, great actor.
It was a thing that kept people talking. It didn't matter.
You also could have gone on without him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was very... You
could have just got Aaron Taylor-Johnson to do it, and that would have been fine. I guess it didn't work, yeah. It's fine. Who cares? It's done. No one cares. He's probably no one. Anyway. He's no one. Just, it's fine.
Actually, wasn't his surname, like, Boner or
Ralph
something
Boner,
like that?
yeah.
Ralph Boner. That was so... I was like, eh? But then everyone was like, oh my god, it's a reference to the comics, and I'm like... I did
like the ending. I did like the fact that Vision and the kids all die, basically. I thought that was cool. I was worried they were going to have them, find a way to keep them alive.
Spoiler.
But at the beginning. But I did like that they actually killed them off. And Wanda's just now in a cabin somewhere, and she's probably going to be the villain in Multiverse of Madness. So that's cool.
Don't you feel like that happens in a lot of Marvel films though? Like at the end of like massive battle, they all disappear to like some kind of tiny island or like some kind of place in the middle of nowhere, and just like live there until something really crazy happens.
It's
again.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's a good show. I think
you live in exile, blow shit up, and then go back to exile again. That's basically how they.
I will say I do think it is a good show. I think if you watch it all in one, it works. I think it just got kind of ruined by people. Both fans and actors kind of encouraging it to be bigger and bigger than it was ever going to be.
See, the good thing with me was I didn't look for spoilers. I wasn't actively looking for spoilers or anything that would hype anything up, because my standards for WandaVision weren't that high to begin with, because, let's be honest, like, they were both... I think the most we've seen of them, besides, like, Infinity War and Endgame, was, like, Age of Ultron. And controversial opinion, I don't like Age of Ultron.
Yeah, most people don't like it. I don't know. I assume most people don't like it.
I mean, they did. I think Vision was done dirty, and then WandaVision was the chance for him to for us to get to know him a lot more, which was kind of cool.
I think he was a really good part of WandaVision. Kind of makes me.
Yeah, I think he was great.
Kind of makes me a little sad that well, I guess he's not really dead though, is he? He kind of is still dead.
You know what though? I feel like I wasn't really missing anything, even if Vision was gone.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't really care before, but I don't know. I liked WandaVision. I liked it. I genuinely, as much as I give the ending shit because it did disappoint me, and not just because I wasn't like, oh my god, all the fan theories are wrong. It just kind of felt lackluster. Like it just, okay, it's over now.
Jimmy Woo deserves just like a freaking show all to himself. I think.
Monica Rambeau did about 3 things. She was great in the first half, and I was like, oh cool. And then she gets her powers, and I'm like, oh, this is great. And then she just gets kidnapped by Ralph Boner, and then she just spends the rest of the season there. Like last 2 episodes, and she's just chilling in an attic. and then she comes and blocks 3 bullets, and now she's in Captain Marvel 2.
Do you ever just feel that, like, fan theorists would be... And I know this sounds weird, but, like, do you ever feel like they'd be better script writers than the actual...
No. There's a very big difference between a fan theorist and a script writer. Because as much as a fan theory is like, oh, that's cool, it's just all going to be... It's just going to all be... There's going to be, like, no story. It's just going to be, right, and now this big character comes, and it's Reed Richards and Mephisto, and who gives a fuck?
It would just be, like, a really murky... No plot. Sense,
yeah, because they just make every film and show Avengers Endgame without any of the build that makes Avengers Endgame good. It just being, look at all the cool things from the comics. Keep looking at them. So if you look at them long enough, you'll forget that we have no clue what we're doing. Just look at the cool thing.
Although I would say to you, like, for some shows, I feel like there is no plot anyway, so fan theorists literally could have been better. Cough, cough, Game of Thrones season 8. Like, literally, anything would have been better.
Yeah,
like, character development was killed.
I do ultimately think that WandaVision is good. I think that the story is good. I enjoyed seeing Wanda just slowly spiral out of control. Yeah. And that
was very cool. I loved seeing, like, in the beginning, she was actually really, really, really good. Like, I really loved how she was kind of like, you know, it was her keeping the people trapped. It took you some time to
I do like
her.
There was no there was no cop out of like, she's not the bad guy. It was like, no, she's the one doing all of this. The bad dude. Whether it's inadvertent or it's not intentional, but the point is she's still doing that, which I kind of liked.
That was pretty cool. But we should probably like head into
although I do want to make one. I don't want to make one last time. I do think the sort of year plus break from Marvel stuff was good.
That's why it was so hyped.
Like,
that's probably why it was so
after
hyped.
like Far From Home, I was like, this is cool. I don't need any more of these, but I'm kind of scared because the next 10 years is just a Marvel thing every like 3 months. It isn't. Well, it probably is about 3 months, but it was just like, I was like, I'm not sure I want 7 shows and 4 films every year. It's a bit much.
Is that what they're planning to do?
That's what they were going to do, yeah. 4 films a year. And not 7. They were going to do like, I think 4 shows a year and 4 films.
Marvel kind of need to be careful because otherwise they're going to be like, already they are like a massive machine.
They're
just
like insanity.
Out, like, movies.
Yeah.
But it's gonna get too excessive to the point where like people who were fans of the MCU literally probably just would not care because there are like 100 different shows, too many storylines to catch up on. I just feel like they should be slightly more careful with how many shows, like the ratio of shows to films. Otherwise, it's just going to be so difficult for people to be able to be like, okay, I need some time to miss Marvel. No pun intended.
Hey.
Need some time to miss Marvel before I can like get back into it again. Or, like,
I think it also helps that now because of like COVID and stuff, they have to spread out their thing a lot more. So we're getting like Black Widow's probably going to come out eventually, but we're now getting like 1 show at a time. And it's like, I like you get like the week break between shows because it's nice to know. It's nice to take a break in between stuff. If you just constantly bombard us, eventually it's going to be like, well, this is all the fucking same.
I would not have been happy if they released WandaVision.
But if you look at if you watch all the Marvel films back to back, especially like the Phase 1 stuff, a lot of it is just the same thing with different characters. And having that literally gunned at you constantly, even casual audiences are going to start noticing, and then people are going to get bored. But it's nice.
Bad enough that I think quite a lot of people are like, the genre of superheroes are pretty much the same, and like you would end up proving their point as a superhero giant if you are constantly producing the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Which is why WandaVision was a good thing to start with, because it was like, this isn't the Marvel formula. Here you go, and it's like, okay, that's cool. That's a good thing to come back on. Well, a lot of people don't like the finale, and it was quite disappointing for a number of reasons. The show overall is quite good, and it's a good, like, refresher. And now Falcon and The Winter Soldier, which we can actually finally talk about, is also a good... Yes. Yeah, do you want to start then? I'll let you start, since watched it.
You'll let me start. Such a gentleman. Yeah, I literally just finished watching it, like, half an hour ago. So, fresh reaction. It was a great pilot. I loved it. I think, like, in comparison to quite a lot of... Because you tend to see, like, a lot of superhero kind of genre pilot shows.
Yeah.
And they feel quite long, quite slow. It's very hard to get into. You're literally caught in the action, and it felt like, I don't know about you, but it felt like being in a cinema again. You know, with the soundtrack and just, you know, the kind of the graphics, and I just, you know, the fight scenes already in the beginning, like missions going on, and it just felt so.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like, I realized how much I missed Marvel.
Yeah.
When watching like the first 10 minutes of the episode.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I think one thing that I like, one thing I immediately got sort of like caught off by was, whereas WandaVision is a lot more of a sort of a romantic drama, so it's a lot slower. This was just action from the get go, and that again helps with the pacing because it's very much that Russo style, or that, I guess, that Marvel style of action where it's like really fast paced and it looks really nice. And it's cool. Yeah, it immediately engaging. And also, both Winter Soldier and Falcon are characters we've spent more time with.
Yes,
so we immediately,
so well.
Whereas like, as much as like Wanda is a great character, we haven't got as much time with her as we have with like the Winter Soldier. So naturally, you're going to be like, well, I have more care for him because I've known him longer. And I just think also, they're both really interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying they are,
also, like, it's so weird because, like, even though, actually, I don't know if I should say this now. Are you going to warn that the spoilers in the beginning?
Yeah,
like,
spoilers. We just
okay, we might as well
it.
just chuck into it. Even though Captain America, well, I mean, Steve Captain America is not there. I have some things to say.
He's
about
staying dead. I
swear
to God, if he comes back, I'm gonna lose it.
No, he's staying dead. Yeah, no, if he revives, I'm not watching. No. So like now that Captain America is dead, obviously that also was a great way of writing it as well, because it was like it wasn't explicit. You kind of could already tell when Sam was in the black suit. You were like, oh wow, we already know what's up. But it felt like you could feel his presence kind of, it just felt like it had a Captain America Winter Soldier presence. Like, you know what I mean? It just,
the best MCU film,
like watching, it was like actually a compacted MCU film. And that's kind of what we want to see. Like something compacted, something quick and easy. Something that gets straight to the point. There's no like running around this and that. And the good thing about it is you actually also have the chance to get to know the Falcon and the Winter Soldier a lot better in the short space of time.
Yes.
Keep knocking things over. Oh, not now. I'm joking. I'm not going to threaten you over. I'm not going to threaten you over.
No, my Xbox just, my TV just went off, so I had to go turn it off. Yeah, no, I agree. It was very sort of Winter Soldier-esque with it. Also, Batroc the Leaper's in this, which is really cool. George St. Pierre is back in the opening. Fucking love it. Oh, it's so happy.
George St. Pierre making a return. I love that. Every time I see him, like in a as a cameo and having a cameo in a movie, it's always he's so good. And like obviously, I would watch some of his fights from UFC, and then I would look at him in Falcon and like Winter Soldier, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy is so skilled.
Yeah,
like,
one thing I will say, like you can tell, like I like the scene when him and Falcon are fighting, and it's like you can tell he's a fighter because Falcon just sort of looks very. He's like, okay. And George Henry just sort of fucking jumps and throws him. I love it. He's really good. He's surprisingly a good actor as well. He doesn't have much, but he's surprisingly talented as like an actor. And of course, he's great in the fight scenes because he's a fucking professional fighter. Yeah, he's really good.
But the good thing is, when you're doing fight scenes, and it's a massive bonus when you have someone who is trained to fight. Like, that's a huge bonus. It's like,
nice to have someone
you kind of just sit there. Yeah,
who actually knows what they're doing.
And your jaw drops. Exactly. You sit there, jaw drop. Like imagine like little kids trying to copy the fight scene. You know, there's no way they're gonna be able to do that because, bruh.
Well, also, because he can sell it because he can actually do that. Yeah, or the point where like he punched the guy in the face, and it's like I know they didn't actually have him punch the guy in the face because he'd probably knock him out if he actually hit him. But he looks like he's genuinely hit him, and like I mean he hasn't. I know he hasn't, but like it's. Dude can.
No.
I'd be scared if I was the guy getting punched by George St. Pierre. I'd be terrified. Fake or not, I'm scared he's gonna miss. Or he's gonna be like, well, I'll just hit him anyway.
Exactly. No, I definitely think during one of those scenes, like he must have kicked someone in the face.
See, I don't think he did.
Everybody knows.
He's so skilled that he probably knows exactly where to kick to not hit them. I think he's probably the safest person because he knows exactly what he's doing, so he's not gonna like stick his leg too far out. Well,
No, but
he's
you
not
see,
gonna.
there's always a slip up on the other part. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I remember thinking, because when I was watching Spectre, there was obviously an interview going around Dave Bautista, who plays Drax in
Big
Guardians,
man Dave
obviously.
Bautista, yeah.
Big man Dave Bautista.
He looks weird with
obviously
hair. I can't get over him with hair. It makes you feel weird.
I grew up watching him with hair.
Me
and
too.
Then, like, all of a sudden he went...
I saw him in WWE with his hair, and it still weirded me out. Then I was like, this guy should be bald, and I was like, oh, this guy is bald now. Well, he looks better when he's bald. He's got a weird potato head.
He was born bald.
Don't.
And he had no tattoos, like barely any tattoos, like when we were watching him wrestling.
Yeah, he did. But I don't know. He looks cool with the tattoos. I don't know. He's gotten better with age.
Yeah, I think it kind of works with him.
He still looks weird with hair. He looked weird with hair in 2003. He looks weird with hair now.
Man, I think he was like one of the first like wrestlers I watched properly when I was a kid as well.
Yeah.
I just remember Dave Bautista having hair, and I'm like, these are two different people. These have to be two different people.
It was weird when he fought. It was weird whenever he'd go against someone with actual good hair like Jeff Hardy, and it's like you shouldn't have that.
I think he should. I'm like, you should be balding at some point, sir. Like, I'm waiting for that to happen, but there is some point that you should be balding. Like, how do you have good hair?
It's like Vin Diesel. Like, even though I've seen Vin Diesel with hair, I believe Vin Diesel was born bald.
Vin Diesel had hair?
Yeah, he did at one point, but I like to just imagine he was born bald and has never grown hair in his life.
That's like me with Morgan Freeman. I always think Morgan Freeman was.
He's just always he's always just as hairy as a baby. He's just there. He is.
Vin Diesel had hair.
Yeah. We found the picture. I'll put the picture in, but.
Oh my god, that just does not work well with him. I am looking at them right now. That is so weird. That is so weird, dude.
It looks so odd. I don't like it. I don't like him with hair. It freaks me out.
Most of these are edited pictures, you know.
Are they? You should probably check that before you start throwing allegations like, oh, that one's fake, that one's fake.
Oh, actually, no, don't test me. I'm not even going to think about it. Anyway, but as I was saying, Dave Bautista, obviously, safest fighter you will ever know. But when he was in Spectre, he obviously played the henchman, Mr. Hinks.
Yeah.
He had a scene on a train where he was fighting Daniel Craig, aka James
The potato
Bond.
in a suit, yeah.
Yeah, potato in the suit.
He does.
This is probably like fighting, and like at one point apparently he broke Daniel's nose or something because like they were moving so quick, because obviously in the fight scene everything is going so fast in front of you that like he like hit him in the nose and like I think he broke it, and I was like, wow.
Daniel probably took shit about his hair, to be fair. For it. He looked shit with hair and he just was like, fuck it, broke his nose.
Oh, hit your nose.
You look good without a nose. Just punches it off.
Oh no! Oh my gosh! I wouldn't want to imagine that. No way.
Already imagining it.
No, stop. See, Vin Diesel with hair and Daniel Craig ending up with no nose. That's just not an image you'd want to see. That's not an image you want to see. But yeah, like that's kind of, yes, I was thinking if Georges St. Pierre is capable of like, if Dave Bautista is capable of punching you in the nose and breaking it, imagine Georges St. Pierre like kicking you.
Oh, you'd die.
In the face.
He'd kill you. You'd die. I don't know. I don't think he's ever kicking with full force though. So even if he does hit you, I doubt he's throwing anywhere near what he can. So you're probably gonna be in a lot of pain, but you're probably okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Or he could kick you so hard you just die instantly. Either way.
You either die, or your teeth get knocked out in one go, or you're fine.
Or you're fine. You're fine, and he just doesn't hit you that hard, and you're like, oh, that hurt, but I'll be alright. Then he gets upset, and then he kicks you again, and then you die.
Oh my god.
He screams at you in French, and he kicks your head off.
That is it. Like that, you know, that'd be like, oh my gosh. Imagine if he did that to like Falcon. Like literally, he just kick him.
God,
his head comes off. End of the episode. Boom. George
St. Pierre is Captain America now. Just Patrick Stewart puts the shield on. Yeah. So anyway, the show opens with Falcon, and he's there's a hijacked plane, and he goes on. And it's Patrick the Leaper. And they have a fight, a cool like a mid-air thing. They all jump out the plane. Falcon follows them. They have a cool aerial battle, loads of helicopters. It's good. It's fun. Yes. It's cool. And then if I remember correctly, we then we then sort of see what life's like for Falcon post Endgame. So people are like, oh, because they recognize him. So like, oh, you're Falcon. Oh, my wife came back because of what you did, but I mean, he didn't. He just sort of flew around and got his revenge on Steve before he died. So
yeah, he kind of did his own thing.
He got him back.
That was kind of cool.
He got him back. Yeah. And then my favorite, one of my favorite parts from the opening is when Sam and his friend are talking about Thanos, and it's like, oh, the conspiracy theory that Thanos is hidden on the moon. And I was like, I'm pretty sure Falcon saw him die, so I'm pretty sure he's like, no, he's definitely dead. I mean, I watched it. I watched him just vanish into dust. So, but I did thought that was a funny little thing where it was like, oh, didn't you just fly him up to the moon? I mean, I kind of want that. I kind of want that show where just Falcon's gonna lift Thanos, who's like 4 times his size. Although I feel like
he lifted Captain.
I do feel like that was a hint towards potentially the Watcher, because the Watcher, if you know the comics, the Watcher hangs out on the moon, and so do the Inhumans. But we don't talk about the Inhumans because they're dog shit. So the Watcher, it could be a hint at the Watcher, which would be cool. I mean, I don't think we'll ever see the Watcher in live action, but he's going to be in the animated What If series, so that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, Marvel will have to be careful again if they're going to put on the Watcher. Like, it would not.
I think the Watcher will be in the animated shows. I just don't think he'll be.
Yeah.
I think it's too weird, too much of like a. I think.
It's a step too far.
I just think general audience are gonna be freaked out by a guy with a massive head on the moon. People are gonna be like, "Oh, that's a bit," especially since like I think they're clearly building towards maybe bringing in Galactus at some point, and I don't really think they want to like push getting too weird and cosmic. I don't know, maybe they will. Maybe in 10 years we'll have the Watcher, kids with like the Watcher shirts on.
You know what? It would feel very. I always thought looking at the.
There'll be a Watcher
stuff
slushie.
on the Watcher. It felt. It feels very like Star Trek-esque, maybe Star Trek-y.
Yeah.
So if they were kind of going to take that route, because it would be hard to put it in like an MCU kind of format.
It'd just be kind of.
But
yeah.
then.
Well, although
Yeah, I mean,
we've seen the Watchers before, though. To be fair, we saw them in Guardians of the Galaxy, so they exist.
True.
They exist in the MCU, but they were just a joke initially, from what I gathered, when they showed them in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So I assume that'll be the extent of their appearance. I thought Stan Lee was going to be a Watcher, or he was going to be, or
that would have been so funny.
My thought was he was going to be revealed as, if he didn't die, sadly, if he didn't tragically pass away. I think the plan seemed that they were going to imply he was going to be the one above all, which is basically Marvel's version of God. So.
Actually, someone did have a theory that Stan Lee was kind of like leading the Watchers.
Probably.
Who knows if we were going to ever see that?
I think it was just going to be a hint. It was just a joke. It was never going to be. Like, it doesn't really matter who he is.
Yeah.
He could have always been like, he could literally be anyone. He could have been Rick Jones. Who knows?
He could have been Nick Fury.
He could have been the original original recipe Nick Fury.
He could have been the reason Nick Fury lost an eye.
They got into a scuffle over some bingo cards because they're both old men.
That honestly, I think I prefer that as opposed to how he really lost his eye.
He gets into a scuffle with Stan Lee in an alleyway.
Yes.
Or they're in a.
That sounds much.
They're in a shop and there's one box of crackers left and they have to fight for it.
That sounds so much better.
Nick Fury's like, I don't want to hurt this guy, so I just think I'm going to be pushing. Stan's like, I'm going to just stab him.
Just poke him, and that's it.
Just squirting castor bag at him. It'd be fine.
The end.
I'd love that. I want that. I'd love that. Just 2 hours of of Samuel L. Jackson and Stan Lee just having a scuffle in a shop. Just not even like a fight, like a choreographed fight. They're just sort of rolling on the floor. Lots of hair pulling and pinching, just jabbing in the eyes.
Pulling! These two don't have hair.
Well, Stanley has hair.
Stanley had hair. Well, some.
He had more hair than
it was
Samuel
very
Jackson
fitting.
did, so
Samuel Jackson, yeah.
maybe
No, I think you'd have to take Samuel Jackson's Kangol
maybe
hat or something
maybe
like
they're
that.
like a hairdressers and they get into a fight because Samuel Jackson's got no hair. Or I still think if they have it, it's like 2 hours and they're in like it's like the Queen's Gambit, but instead of chess, it's bingo. And she's these two men in a competitive bingo hall.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
They're just eyeing each other the whole time. I'd love that. I'd love that so
God's sake.
much.
Oh my gosh, that's actually pretty jokes. But yeah, we are detouring again.
Anyway, yeah. So we
Um,
have the Falcon, and we have his friend, and we
yes.
learn there's like this terrorist group who like I think the world was
Isn't
better
it- it's
off
the,
between in the
LAF,
yeah
right?
the LAF. No, the LAF is Patrick the Leaper.
Oh no.
They are the flag smashers.
Oh yeah.
And so they're kind of their whole thing is they want the world to be like it was during the snap in the 5 years. Which we kind of get what's changed. So like because suddenly half the world reappeared one day, everything kind of got worse for everyone. Everyone who was alive. Well, everyone who didn't lose someone. So, but yeah, so they're like a terrorist group, and Falcon's like, all right, I guess I'll do something at some point. Then we flash to Winter Soldier, and we get a really cool action scene. Another flashback of Winter Soldier in like the 40 years where he was just killing people.
I love that
was
scene.
that,
That
was
was
really
brilliant.
cool. That was like when he puts when he puts his hand through the wall and just pulls the guy. That was awesome. The Winter Soldier gets all the best fight scenes. I think it's just really good.
He does. And he gets all the good shots while he's during the fight scenes as well. And I love it whenever he it's when he does that menacing turn and it's him in that mask and his hair is like it just looks awesome.
Great.
Like it just looks so cool.
And then we kind of get the reveal that you kind of guessed from when he says Hail Hydra and shoots a kid in the head. He's not a kid. He's like 20 something. But I love that reveal as well later on. That twist was that was really good. So we get a reveal that he has nightmares now about like his old missions. And he's in therapy. He's in therapy and they get that like cool scene. I really like that scene where it's like he has his 3 rules to like make amends because he's pardoned by the government. Because he was like a KGB assassin for like 50 years. And like gets lots of people arrested peacefully. Except when he broke he definitely broke that guy's hand.
Oh yeah. Oh,
but I thought that was really cool.
No.
And then so we kind of get a little introduction to Winter Soldier. He's friends with an old guy, which I liked. I liked that he, like Steve, hangs around with old people because he's also very old.
He's an old soul.
Yeah, he hangs out with that old.
He hates therapists and he loves old people.
Yeah, well, because he's like 106.
6, exactly. A good-looking guy.
Also,
for 106,
I'm pretty sure he's older than Cap as well. So.
He's so old, man.
Yeah, but I like that little thing.
Wait, wasn't Cap 115?
Was he?
No, he's not.
No, because in the first Avenger, they're younger than each other, aren't they? Or are they the same age?
I swear Cap was slightly older.
Let me have a look how old Captain America is. Alright.
How old is Captain America old? How does he get old? It's how old is he?
How does he get old? How does he... he is... Come on, just give me how old is he?
Someone really just put up his actual age. I'm like, leave him.
He's 100...
No, not...
The actor Chris Evans is 107.
Oh, wow, he's a very good-looking 107-year-old, honestly. Wow, where are all these people getting their aging cream from? I want to know.
He just...
I prefer not to freeze, though.
It's the 40s.
It's the
40s. You probably don't want to know.
I would rather prefer not to freeze for like 100 years. But whatever skincare routine you have, I'd like that.
Right, so...
Yes.
I think, obviously at the end of the film, he goes and has like another 80 years of life. So at the end of Endgame, he's like 180 something. I think it says that he's around 117. So I assume that's before he went back.
Oh, 170. Okay, cool. I knew he was a lot older than Bucky.
See, I always thought Bucky was older than him. Although I guess that's because Steve looks like a child in the first Avenger before he gets the serum.
Wow, he really does look like a pubescent
He does. He looks really
13-year-old,
young,
like,
but that's just because he's
teen.
small and skinny. Okay, so that means Bucky's younger than him.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough then. So yeah, so Bucky's like 100. He's like 106, and he like hangs around with old people, which I really like. That he has like a phone. He like has he's friends with his therapist. He's not friend. He just has a phone of it. He's like has the phone of this old guy who he hangs around with, which I thought was cool. I like that. And it's just and then they go get food together. They have a talk. The old man gets him a date with a waitress who is very attractive. And then he talks. You get the reveal that like the old guy lost his son. And it's very clearly apparent that Bucky definitely killed that guy, and I like the idea. I like seeing how Bucky like feels the weight of every person he kills. Like he's like that. He's like you see it in his face. He looks really bad. He feels really horrible about it.
You can see it's torturing him internally,
Yeah,
and I like stuff like that.
That's one thing I love that the show's going to explore a bit more is how messed up Bucky is. Because I like that all of those, like, that tortures him inside. I thought that was really...
We get to see... Yeah, it's like, okay, you obviously know that you've been through the journey with Bucky of knowing how he got confused, but also you're dealing with the aftermath with him.
Yeah, because we've always known he's killed people. We didn't know specifics. Like, he clearly killed people, like, who obviously he killed people who were innocent, but he killed a civilian who was just there. Like, clearly he did some very messed up stuff. And it's nice. It's kind of interesting to see the torture. I'm just learning that all the characters in the MCU are sad. Wanda's horribly sad because the person she's in love with is dead. Her brother's dead. Her family's dead. Her kids are dead.
Everyone's just
Bucky's sad because his parents are dead. His sisters are definitely dead. His best friend's dead. The one person he liked. He's killed more people than he's met. Yeah.
He's killed.
He has. He's murdered so many. Well, he was killing people for like 50 years.
Oh yeah, he was a human genocide.
He's killed more
himself.
people than.
He could have committed literally genocides by himself.
He's definitely wiped out at least one race. I'm just saying this.
Oh yes, he's capable of having done wipe out like a whole tribe, a whole race, all that.
That's how they explain the mutants. The reason there's been no mutants is because Bucky killed all of the mutants. He just murdered all of them single-handedly, one by one.
It was only a matter of seconds.
Seconds.
Bang, everyone's all gone.
He just shot all of them.
Exactly. None of them were capable of fighting back, even though they were mutants. But he rid of all of them.
Because he's invincible, he just kills all of them. He got that weird tablet that makes the car move, and he just drove them in a car into a river and made them drown. Yeah. So we have Bucky, and then we flashback. And we meet Sam's family, which was nice. I liked that.
That's because I like his sister.
Yeah, his sister's cool, and his nephews, which was nice. It's nice to meet them and because we've heard about them a little bit.
It's nice to see family because obviously, like with all the other Avengers. Okay, so Steve basically had no family.
Steve's are dead. Bucky's are dead. Tony's are dead.
Tony's are dead.
Bruce's are dead.
Tony had Pepper, but
well, he's dead.
Peter Parker obviously has an.
He has an aunt, but his parents are dead, and his uncle's dead. Everyone's dead. Hawkeye, his family died for a bit, but now they're fine. That lucky bastard. Black Widow, all her family are dead, probably. She's dead. Whoever wasn't dead in her family is probably gonna die soon. Wanda, all her family's dead. Vision's dead.
Doctor Strange has no fam. I swear.
Doctor Strange's girlfriend left him. His parents are probably dead. Wong family probably dead. Who else is there? Ant-Man. His ex-wife hates him. Cassie's 17. She probably hates him. Because he's having those single dad issues.
True.
Who else is there?
Who else? The Wasp. She doesn't what's her name?
She has daddy issues. Her mum's been gone for 40 years. Scott's a moany bitch. She's probably having a great time. She even wishes they were dead, to be fair. She's like, why? Why am I the one who gets the alive family? That and Hawkeye, the mopey piece of shit. I like Hawkeye in Endgame. Hate the haircut. The hair's horrible, though.
Nah, did not like Hawkeye.
I hated him in everything except Endgame. Endgame was one time.
I didn't like it.
Should have killed him. They should have just killed him for no. Oh no, I thought the whole family thing was nice. It was nice. It was kind of annoying that it took them going, we'll kill his family to make him an interesting character. But hey ho.
He had a very bad haircut, as you said.
Oh, it was the worst.
Very bad
it was
haircut.
the worst.
That was awful.
It's
what
not
was
fun. Anyway,
that?
let's get back to Falcon and Winter Soldier. We keep
Anyway,
going
Falcon.
off.
It was nice to see. Yeah, it was
Falcon's
nice to see
family.
Falcon's family, and it was a family that I actually do like.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I loved the scene in the kitchen with Sam and his sister and his nephews. It was really cool, and it was like, this is nice. This is sweet.
It's homely.
And they're probably gonna die.
Yeah. Oh,
Baron
God.
Zemo's gonna warboard both the kids at once. Just they're all gonna die.
Don't let that
Bucky will just go.
If they do
Bucky will
not-
just have flashbacks and shoot them both in the head. It's fine.
For God's sake, no!
They're all gonna
I
die.
can't. His sister is like someone I am rooting for. I'm
She's gonna
hoping
die.
she gets her money. Like, I'm hoping she gets that money.
We learn
I'm rooting for her.
Sam's dad's dead.
Oh, his parents are both his
Both
parents
are
are
dead.
dead.
Yeah. Well, Bucky probably killed both of them. To be fair.
It will not
What are the
be a
chances?
surprise.
What are the chances that Bucky's definitely killed them? It's about 10% chance that every person who's died in the MCU was killed by Bucky Barnes.
Bucky Barnes.
It's like there's a good
that's very true.
10% chance. Killmonger, well,
No.
well if you think about it, Killmonger didn't get stabbed by.
20%.
If you remember Black Panther, Killmonger didn't get stabbed by T'Challa. Bucky just came up behind him and shot him in the head. So
If you look closely,
how did Thanos die again? No, it wasn't the gauntlet. Bucky just shot him in the head.
if you look closely, they mentioned the white wolf. Someone whispers white wolf, and then he
just comes up behind him and just slits his
throat.
throat. Yeah.
Bucky's there.
He whispers Hail Hydra and he just drops him.
And then he pretends he's been exiled after all
Yeah,
these
he's like,
years.
oh no, I've somehow
Wow.
lost my invincible arm. What a surprise! T'Challa's like, my dad just mysteriously. Oh, I guess that kind of was. That was the one time he didn't kill that person. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So we
like-
meet Sam's family, and that's nice. And then what happens after that? It's been like 3 hours. Oh yeah, and then don't we get the scene where we meet the Flag Smashers and Sam's friend goes undercover. And there's
This
that.
is what,
That was a really
basically
cool scene.
Sam and his sister.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah,
going
this
to
is-
the bank for a loan, right?
Yeah, because they're like basically they need to sell the boat and the house, kind of because the sister they had no income. Like, okay, guys, being charitable did not earn the Avengers anything, for 5 years, obviously because of the blip.
Yeah, 'cause they
But
were
still,
all
Sam
dead.
was earning.
No money.
Sam was earning nothing, because he disappeared.
Really though,
and,
really though, Bucky Barnes made $6 million while he was gone.
How interesting
Oh
is
my God.
that? Like, wow.
I mean,
That is
really though, it was
unbelievable.
probably Cap. Just like, well, they'll come back one day, so I might just. They're definitely lovers. Just
It just like it was very interesting. I was like, wow.
Wow.
So you can earn money disappearing off the face of this earth, but
just
it
have to
only
be-
like applies
be the.
to being Captain's bestie.
You're either Captain's bestie or you are Tony Stark and you have all the money in the world. Or you
Exactly, but
Thor
Tony
and you
ain't
could
earning-
kill all of them in about 6 seconds, even though you don't need money because you could kill everyone in about 6 seconds.
Thor didn't even get paid by the government either,
Also,
because he was from
yeah.
another world.
Also, I think Sam might be Captain New Bestie since he gave him the shield.
We should have known. The best friend test was taken.
What do you think
by
about
Sam,
that?
And he...
What do you think about Sam getting the shield over Bucky? Because I think it makes sense that he gives it to Sam. Because I think it's clear.
Yeah, no,
I think it's
it
clear
makes
Bucky
sense.
doesn't want that at all. So I think it makes sense that he wants to give it to Sam because he feels Sam
If-
would actually do more with it because Bucky doesn't want to fight anymore.
It would feel very random to give another 100-year-old man a shield. Like
A man who has, as much as he is a good guy, has a
PTSD.
history of murdering people. So just don't imagine him throwing shields through people's skulls. Might not be the best. My God, it's Captain America.
Yeah.
Your family's dead now. Hail Hydra, and he fucks off.
Oh God, no! That's
The
not
water
great.
balls he
That would
kids,
not be
yeah.
great.
Nah. But I don't know.
That
I
isn't-
do also like that Sam doesn't want it either. I like that Sam's just like, I want that thing put in a glass case and just left. No one touches it.
But I love their different reasons for not wanting the shield.
Yeah.
Like obviously, like Winter Soldier, Bucky, he doesn't want to do it because he probably wouldn't
He
want
just
to go
thinks
on killing
he just
people for the
think
rest
he
of
just
his
thinks
life.
of all the people he could kill with it. It's like, oh my God, so many ways.
Exactly. Whereas Sam doesn't think he's that deserving
Yeah.
of it, even though pretty much he is.
He is, but I like that. I
Um,
like that down. It's good character
it's
development where he's going to
nice.
learn that he's good
Yes.
enough. Also, Don Cheadle as Rhodey's in this, which I didn't think was going to happen, and it was cool because I really like him.
I was so happy.
It was a nice
They had a
cameo,
really nice
yeah.
scene together as well. I really liked when Sam and what's his name? I know Don Cheadle, but what's his
Rhodey.
name in the actual Rhodey? That's it. I loved it when Rhodey and Sam were talking
Yeah.
together because, like, I mean, obviously we knew that like they were kind of close because Infinity War kind of showed us that, and Endgame kind of showed us. But we finally got like these two in a scene talking to each other about Captain America. That felt really nice. That just felt so right. And also the questioning of like, why didn't you take the mantle? Da 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 da. It was really good. I really enjoyed that. I was invested in their conversation.
Yeah, but it's cool. Yeah. So yeah, also we then come through. We see the scene with the flag smashers, which I thought was really cool, where they're all on their phones and then they like secretly hand out masks, and then they all just
such a weird name.
and then it's shit. But then I'm pretty sure it's from the comics, but I don't know. Then everyone just sort of runs around to like create a distraction while the three main guys steal a bunch of stuff. I assume money, which I thought was really cool. And that one guy who's like ridiculously strong, he's probably got super soldier serum in him, or a form of. But I thought that was a really.
Oh, I thought he was like another one of the super soldiers.
I think he
like,
is.
Something told
Like
me that
Bucky,
he had,
yeah.
I think he is.
Where he's got.
But just without the
where
arm.
he's got like the weird, like not quite right one.
Yeah, like a pretty messed up one. And also the way he stomped on Torres's head.
Oh, that guy should be
like,
dead. Like, how the fuck is that
he
guy
should have
alive?
been dead.
Like, you watched him throw that guard like 15 feet into a pole and like broke his back. That guy took his foot to his face. I genuinely thought he was dead from that. I was like, oh shit, they killed him. And then someone was gonna like find his body and be like, oh, send the footage to. But no, he's fine. But I thought that scene.
Okay. I mean,
I thought that scene was really cool. Like seeing everyone run around in the chaos. I really liked that. That was cool. And it's nice that they're implementing like online like tech and stuff, which is a cool thing. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that stuff was.
I really enjoyed that, and I'd like to see more of them doing stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what else do we get next? Then we get we have the bank loan scene with Sam, and like the guy's like, "Oh, I love you. You know, you're Falcon. You got the wings," but he won't give him any money.
He's
He's like,
so
"No."
annoying.
He's like, "No, you ain't getting any. Say bye to your family business." Yeah. And then we get the date with Bucky, where he goes on a date with this woman, and she calls him old fashioned because he comes like 20 minutes early with flowers. And I'm like, he's older than. She's like, "Oh, you sound like my dad." He's like, "He's probably older than your dad and your granddad."
Yeah, he's actually probably like.
In fairness, he probably killed your dad.
We're talking probably like your grandparents would have seen him somewhere at some point.
He probably killed both of them and all of them.
Or he killed all of them.
He definitely killed your family.
And also his hostility, like it was just so. Oh,
well, because he was nervous. I think he's been with a woman since 1943.
I know. I felt really bad for like her though, but then also at the same time, like.
But also, like,
I kind of liked that they hung out. I liked that they hung out together. It was kind of nice.
I think she seemed to like him. Is the honest answer? Like she seemed into him.
She actually thought it was. I found it so funny when she was like, "How old are you?" And he's like, 106. And she starts laughing. I was like, "Honey, when someone tells you that's their age, these days do not be surprised.
Age is just a number."
Oh, it's borderline scary now. That imagine being like, I'm 35 and my boyfriend is 106.
They can't. Because they don't recognize him. Because unlike Falcon, he's not like a public
figure.
Yeah, because he's supposed to. Well, I guess I don't know. Do people know who he is? Because he's been like. Oh, he's supposed to be a civilian now, isn't he? So he's supposed to be hidden. Hence why he wears the glove and stuff.
Yeah, the gloves, the hair chop.
He looks really good with short hair. I'll give him that. He looks really good with the short hair.
He does. Oh my gosh! Like it just works. It works well with him because again, he's in hiding.
They play Battleship. It's really cute. And then she talks about like that guy losing his son, and you can see he's like, oh no. And then he's like, he runs off because he gets like upset because he's just getting flashbacks to when he killed his friend's son. And then he goes to the old guy's house and he sees the shrine. And I thought for a minute he was going to like tell him. And I was like, is he gonna tell him and then he's gonna be like, I hate you? But he didn't. He sort of was like, I don't know. I think he sort of was like.
Do you think it'd be? Sorry.
Yeah, I think he thought it was like, well, this guy's quite lonely like I am, and I think if I tell him, it's gonna crush him.
do you think like
Hmm.
it would be kind of interesting if I don't know the name of the old guy because
It'll
I
come
can't
to
remember
me.
from the top of my head. It's Japanese, but I cannot remember his
Yeah, it
name.
begins with a Y,
Um,
I think.
yeah, it begins with a Y. Like, do you think he at some
Hmm.
point would like kind of be surprisingly calm when he hears that Bucky?
I
Like,
don't know.
I don't know.
I think
I
if
don't
he,
know. See, you don't know what to expect from
I think if
him.
Bucky eased into it and was like, "Oh, I was brainwashed for like 60 years," I think he'd maybe if he knew the context prior of Bucky not being aware of it,
Mhm.
I think he'd probably be okay. I don't know. I don't know.
Or he'd be the reason, or Bucky would be the reason that he has a heart attack after finding out the news and he
Oh,
dies. So thereby, Bucky kills another person again.
if Bucky tells him and he just dies of sadness or whatever, like Padme from Star Wars, he just gets real sad and he dies. But more likely he'd just kill
then
himself.
it'll be Bucky's fault again.
Bucky's fault. I
That
think
someone
that I
dies.
don't know. I don't know. But it's really sad that Bucky just like leaves the girl because he like gets upset about her talking about like, oh, it's the worst pain you can ever imagine is having your kid be killed. You wouldn't know anything about
Not
you wouldn't
having a
know about you wouldn't know anything
name.
about killing kids, would you, Bucky? And he's like, well, I killed many of them.
It's so weird because obviously that was past Bucky, but you are rooting for him to have this happy new life, like at least, or even be.
But
with,
I like that it keeps getting brought up to him unintentionally. He just can't escape it.
Can't escape it. Yeah, he's walking. He's gonna be walking around realizing that he's killed a lot of people for a long time.
But it is what
and
it
it's
is.
gonna torture him at some.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Also,
torture him.
one thing I was curious about was the therapist mentions that Sam texts Bucky, and Bucky just doesn't answer him. Is that why they're going to be upset at each other? He's just ghosting him. He's
He
really
literally
annoyed.
just aired him. I was like, that is rude.
But last I checked, I'm pretty sure they don't
mean,
like each other.
Do they not like it? No, but I'm pretty sure
Because
at the end
like
of
the entire point of Civil
Endgame,
War
they were
was they're
fine.
just giving each other shit.
No, in Civil War, they were. What was it? Falcon was helping Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but
wasn't
he didn't like him. Like when he was like, move your seat forward, and he was like, fuck you, and just pushed it back.
But then in Endgame, they were kind of.
I
Like,
think
Bucky
they were
told him to
being.
go
I
on.
think they were being. It's like that thing of like you have a friend, you both have a mutual friend, but you don't like each other, so you pretend to be friends to not upset your other friend. So it's like they're being nice to. I don't. I think they do like. I think they will like each other. I just think they have.
Yeah.
I think they just have a little bit of friction. But I think it was like they were being nice to each other, especially nice because they didn't want to upset Steve. Because even old man Steve would probably be very upset.
Yeah, I think they just got a little bit of like talking.
It's like two kids who it's like two brothers who just have a fight but have to pretend like they're all good in front of their mum so she doesn't beat them. It is.
Whoa.
Well, shout at them, I guess. Whatever. You know. He's from the 40s. He's definitely a beater. Come on.
Yeah, Steve would actually like beat it out of those two.
Old man,
They'd be
he stands up shaking. And he just...
Old man Steve is literally like old man Joe Biden, except like I mean, come on! Did you not see there was like a weird resemblance
Yeah, I saw
to Joe
that. Someone
Biden,
put
and I was
yeah.
like,
Don't like that.
it felt wrong.
I don't like that.
Like Chris Evans, if you age, just like
Becomes
please
Joe
continue
Biden.
aging well. Just do not. By
Joe Biden
any way
doesn't. Joe
transform
Biden looks
into
like he's
Joe
about
Biden.
607, though. To be fair,
Yeah, but young Joe Biden. Have you
young
seen
Joe
pictures of
Biden
him?
when he was
Like,
109. Yeah.
Yeah, when he was like 109. Wow, he was complete. He was as young.
Weirdly,
he
looks identical to Chris Evans. Oh my god. Chris Evans is a time traveler.
Yeah, it's Chris Evans be time traveler. Chris Evans was basically a young Joe, like just kind of he shifted as young Joe Biden, and then was like, "Bye, I'm not aging now. It's your turn." And then Joe was like, he just aged up by 500 extra years.
Yeah. He doesn't look anything like Chris Evans. I'll say that.
No, gladly not. But like, obviously, old man Steve. That was
Definitely
that was a
Joe
fun
Biden.
Game.
Anyway, yeah. So
Yes,
we're running
let's
pretty
do it.
short on time. So
yes,
sort of.
exactly.
So basically,
we're gonna wrap this up, yeah.
we get the two storylines, and it all culminates with Sam
Mhm.
at his home with his sister. They turn on the TV, and you find out that the US government, have decided after the big attack in Paris
Oh.
that Sam learns about, and he learns about the flag smashers, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta go do something." Then you learn that the US
Yeah.
government have decided they've got to have a new hero. You see, and they reveal U.S. Agent, a character from the comics, played by Kurt Russell's son. So,
my
and he's got the shield, and Sam looks hella mad. But I thought that was really cool. I was excited to see U.S. Agent. That was one of the big things I was excited for this show. One, because I like Wyatt Russell, and two, because the suit looks cool, and a U.S. Agent's a cool, an interesting character in the comics because he's basically Captain America, but a real bastard.
I literally sat there like, who is this jabroni?
Oh, I was excited.
What is
I knew
doing?
he is. Oh, he's a dick. He's hot. My thing is, I think they're gonna do U.S. Agent like The Boys. I think that's where that's gonna go, because U.S. Agent in the comics is a dick. He's like a dickhead version of Captain America. So I think they're gonna kind of do a Boys style thing where he's gonna be this hero and to when the public he's like this real good guy, but behind the scenes he's an absolute knobhead.
You know what?
Which I think would be really cool.
It would be really cool. I think it would be really interesting, like, to see bratty Captain America.
Yeah, he's gonna be bratty, and he's like whinging. Yeah, I would love to see that.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Or he'd be lazy. Everyone would be like, you have to go and fight these people now, and he'd probably be like, I can't be bothered.
I imagine they're gonna do something like in front, like he goes and does like this big conference, this real amazing like guy, and some girl is like, oh, that's really inspirational, and he like tries to hit on her, and it's like, that's creepy, dude, fuck off. But like making him a real creepy bastard. I think they'll do a very Boys like thing where it's like he looks like the public think he's this hero, but but the actual guy is just the worst. And I think that'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna be pretty cool.
I'm excited.
But, to see this again, seeing someone else wearing that and knowing that it's someone else, because you already tell from the facial features, you're like, that is not.
Yeah, there was no like, it's Cap. We all knew it was someone else. But I do think they're gonna really play on him being someone else and being very different to Steve. Yeah. But it's gonna be someone from the modern world of being Captain America, and a lot of those values that Captain America holds are not going to be the same in someone because this guy's probably gonna have fought in the Iraq War because he's a soldier, and so he's gonna have a very different perception of the world. I think he's gonna be a lot meaner too. Like, he's gonna be a lot more brutal when he kills people. He has a gun, so.
He won't have a moral compass.
I'm just saying he's just gonna real bad. But I'm excited to see that. Mm-hmm. I like the shades of grey. I like the shades of grey of making this like, yeah.
This has a lot of potential. Fingers crossed it will see through. It will maintain this just this ability to be interesting and in depth, and I think that's what I need as well now. Yeah. So it separates away from WandaVision or any other stereotypical Marvel film. One
thing I will give to shows is the Marvel shows so far are actively trying to be different from the movies and trying to be something completely different, which WandaVision, again, was just a complete 180 from the Marvel shows in concept. This is a lot more in line with the Marvel movie, but is a lot more, it's paced like a TV show, obviously, so it feels a lot less because it's more slower and you get more development and a lot quieter scenes, which I like. It's not just big bad guy come, fight big bad guy, go home. There's going to be more of a, it's going to be more of a like a ground. There's not going to be a big space villain. It's going to be more like espionage-esque, which I like. You got like different pieces.
That is what I need to see.
You got terrorists. Yes. You got government-controlled superheroes. You've got Bucky. I think that's going to be really cool, and that's going to be a really fun thing to watch. And then we got Loki, which I'm not excited for. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, what?
I don't care.
So excited
I don't care about Loki. I don't care about Loki anymore.
I'm so excited for Loki. I know Loki's been brought back 100 gazillion times, so that's annoys me. However, the show, I feel like a show would be kind of cool to see. I'm a huge
It'll probably
fan.
be fine, honestly. I don't know. I want to be surprised. I want to love it. But it's kind of
I just don't want it to be like another, at the end of the show, Loki dies.
He dies.
I don't want it to be something like
that. He dies
that.
And he then becomes Odin and eats grapes. And then Thor has to throw a hammer at his head again. I don't know. I just don't care about Loki.
I'm so excited about Loki on the other hand, so I will be excited when I'm going to be talking about
I
this.
don't know.
Jack probably won't.
The end of Loki's death in Infinity War felt to me, I was like, that's cool. That's like Loki's arc. He's done his big arc. Cool. He's in
but the way he
Endgame.
died was
He's in
so
Endgame.
shit.
But he's just gonna have like it was cool in Endgame where he just disappeared, and I knew the show was gonna happen. But I just think we're gonna go through the same arc Loki goes through, from Avengers to Infinity War. We're just gonna have to see that again, but done a different way. But like, okay, is he just gonna?
Nah, but this is like non-developed Loki.
Thor's
like,
not
this
gonna be
literally
friends with him, is
Avengers
he?
Loki.
He just turns and goes, "Thor, I'm back." He's gonna be like, "Fuck you." Because it won't be our Thor, it'll be the Thor from Loki's universe, which means he's probably going to hate him still.
Oh my gosh. Yes, that's so true.
Although Thor doesn't actually hate Loki, but I think he definitely is very annoyed by Loki.
I think there are a lot of people that get triggered by anything that, like, every time that Loki's just close to self-development, everything just goes
just
wrong
kill him.
and he's back to square one.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't care anymore. It's probably going to be fine.
It's probably going to be really good.
If it's
think.
in part, if it's like if it's like WandaVision and like what Falcon and the Winter Soldier is trying to be, it's probably gonna be pretty good. But it's my least anticipated of all the shows. It's the one I'm least excited for.
Hawkeye's my least anticipated show. I don't care about Hawkeye.
I don't know.
I think he's actually kind of boring. I won't lie to
I'm
you.
excited for
boring.
She-Hulk. I'm very excited for She-Hulk.
That's
going to be really good. I hope Daredevil's in it. That'd be nice. I want to bring.
Yes.
I do think they're going to bring Netflix characters in, or at least a version of
Luke Cage.
Luke
I want
Cage
to
will
see
be in
some Luke
She-Hulk.
Cage.
I think Daredevil will be in She-Hulk.
Yes.
I think Jessica Jones could be in She-Hulk. I think Luke Cage won't be in at least the first season. If they do multiple seasons, I think he'll come in. I think he'll be a bigger part. So where like Daredevil, I think will be like a big part of the show. Jessica Jones will probably just be in and out. But Luke Cage, I think they'll save Luke Cage. I think Punisher would probably only work in Moon Knight or Spider-Man, but because the Punisher is on the darker side, he'd be cool in Moon Knight. He'd be I don't think he'd fit into Blade because I don't think he. I don't know, maybe he would. I think Punisher's probably.
It depends what the plot
Punisher's
is.
probably going to end up in Moon Knight, and if he isn't, he'll probably be. Yeah. I don't know. Punisher's a weird character. I don't think they really know what to do with him. Because he's weird to work into the universe because he doesn't really play into. He's just a guy who likes to kill people. Like he's just how they're what are they gonna blend him into the MCU with?
That's pretty true as well.
I guess if they build a Thunderbolts team, he could fit on there like a Marvel Suicide Squad, which could be interesting. But I think that's a ways off anyway. And I think Iron Fist. I think Iron Fist only really makes sense if you put Iron Fist in Shang-Chi and recast Iron Fist. Like I want everyone else to be the same. Like everyone else who was in the Defenders. Like Charlie Cox is a great Daredevil. Christian Ritter is a great Jessica Jones. Mike Colter's a great Luke Cage. John Bernthal's a great Punisher. Whoever played Iron Fist is not good. I don't like him as Iron Fist. I'm not saying like get an Asian actor. Just get anyone else. But
anyone else.
I would just.
But I think Finn Jones.
But Finn. I don't like Finn Jones. He just doesn't work as Iron Fist for me. But I would like to see Iron Fist in Shang-Chi, or at least a member of the Iron Fist like tribe, part of Kunlun. That's what it's called. I forgot there for a second. But someone from Kunlun, because I think that'd be interesting. Also, hoping for Finger Fang Foom. Yeah. I don't know. I'm honestly, I think I'm more excited for the shows than I am the films. I don't know. Yeah. I'm excited for Doctor Strange 2, obviously. I'm really holding out for that one. Excited. I'm excited for Thor 4, and Spider-Man 3. I'm excited for, but
I cannot wait.
I'm hoping they do Spider-Verse, but I don't think they will. I'm hoping. I want to see Toby.
I don't know how I feel about Thor 4.
I'm quite excited for Thor 4.
I can't. I mean, a part of me is excited, but a part of me really just hopes that I don't get my hopes up.
I think it's gonna be.
And also just trying to think about how this is gonna work. I mean, Taika's got this in the bag.
Taika's got this. He knows what he's doing.
Taika's got this in the bag, so I shouldn't even be doubting him at this point in time. I mean, he's got this.
Sam Raimi's doing Doctor Strange 2, so Ash from Evil Dead is definitely gonna. Bruce Campbell's gonna be in it as Ash in a cameo. I have
Okay,
I have
that sounds
no
good.
doubt. It's Sam Raimi. There's rumors that Bruce Campbell's going to be in it. I have no doubt in my mind that he's going to be like, well, we're doing multiverses. Just have like a portal open, and it's just Ash Williams and Evil Dead just doing shit. I don't know, whatever he feels like doing. Just Chainsaw and Deadites just doing stuff. But that'd be cool. I just think that he's going to want to do that, isn't he? I would like, as much as I'd like, I think Tobey Maguire might appear in either Multiverse of Madness or in Spider-Man 3. Although if they don't want to have him as Spider-Man, I still think they could make him Uncle Ben.
You really think they could?
It'd be cool. I mean, but it doesn't have to be because he's only going to be in it for like 5 minutes, isn't he? It's going to be like, maybe he goes to like a multiverse and it's like, oh my god, I meet Uncle Ben. And it's like, okay, Uncle Ben's Tobey Maguire. Well, he's around the same age as Marissa Tomei, isn't he? Like, it makes sense. He'd be Uncle Ben.
Exactly.
And it would be a cool little thing. It'd be a cool little thing to have it be like, oh, the old... And then they can bring the Spider-Man crying scene full circle. Where Tobey Maguire goes from being the Spider-Man crying to being the guy dying. Uncle Ben's on the floor and Tom Holland's just crying over his body. I still think that'd be really cool. I think that would have been like a huge thing. But then also after the Quicksilver thing, I'm not sure they're going to want to do that. After the reaction, people were really pissed off when Quicksilver turned out to be absolutely nobody in WandaVision.
Oh
Evan
my god,
Peters
Quicksilver.
But then, I don't know, they kind of built Evan Peters up when it was like, he's Quicksilver, but he isn't, so who is he? He's a nobody. So...
I wish they could have built him up to be like, at least like working.
Or he could just be... I don't know. I think it would have been fine. They could have had him be a multiverse version of Quicksilver. They could have had him be anyone. But
even would have been better.
He's just a dumb penis joke. That's all he is. Anyway.
But yes, should I?
Yeah, if you can conclude then. Falcon and Winter Soldier is a really good premiere, a pilot. I'm excited to see what continue how the show unfolds, and I'm excited for next Friday.
Yes, I cannot wait to see what's going to be happening. In terms of just like, honestly, I'm just so excited to see what's going to happen with this new jabroni for Captain America. Like, I'm really excited.
I'm excited to see what they do with US Agent. I hope they make him very The Boys like.
Oh, he's definitely gonna be a boys like kind of guy. Like,
it's gonna be really good.
A young Donald Trump under a mask.
It's all about symbols, and he's carrying a symbol of a good person, and is going to be a bastard.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna make him. I just hope they make him like the worst thing we could possibly imagine.
I think they'll make him. I don't think they'll make him a bad guy, but I think they'll make him flawed. So it's like he's not a good person. But he's not a monster. But he's not great either.
They kind of just picked him out of a hat, to be honest.
They probably just picked a random guy and was like, he'll do. Because he'll follow orders.
Exactly, yeah. Maybe it'll be like the people at the top that are the problem, like the government. Definitely will be the problem as well. But yes, anyway, that's me trailing off. So... that's pretty much all we have time for today. We'll be back again next week with another episode. Probably something different. I mean, if you want to see more Falcon and Winter Soldier stuff, we'll try and like squeeze that in.
We might be able to do it weekly, maybe.
Yeah, we could do like a weekly review, weekly reaction.
Or we could do it every couple of weeks if one of us can't be bothered.
If one of us is lazy, or if one of us is like visioning essays.
By one of us, I mean definitely you. I'm always available. That's a lie. I'm usually not, to be fair.
Excuse me, like blame my uni, but that's a different story for another day. But anyway, thank you all for listening. If you do want to see more, let us know, or like just follow us on Instagram. Yes, we do have Instagram, and I will be posting.
It's your department.
So, yes. So basically, our Instagram is called The Hollywood Fixers.
Everyone harass her on it.
Exactly. Follow our channels and our socials. Thank you again for listening. I've been Kudzai with
Jack.
Non-enthusiastic, basically. And we'll see you guys later.
Right, peace.